Hey guys, Max Stronk here with a little intro to EVE Online for people just getting started. Started with an alpha clone, went through the basic tutorial, came out and decided to start looking for some ISK making opportunities. The first one that's probably the most obvious to people is mining. So I started out with the venture I got, a high-sec system not far from Jita. And I started with this viscous peroxides. Peroxides? What the hell? I don't know. Goofy name. Anyways, this one's one of the more valuable high-sec ores. So I'm just going to do a little bit of mining here. And in the process of doing this, somebody else showed up and started mining the rock that I was already mining. This is considered a little rude in high sec. Since the individual showing up green is in the same corporation to me, and a lot of times, people let that go. It's definitely a different story in low sec, but it's annoying. So this person's going to be able to mine more of that rock than I am and basically steal it from me. Not a huge deal. You can move on to another rock, or you can have a little fun. So I'm checking this person out, see who they are, what their story is. Looks like it's relatively new character. So I don't know if this individual's completely new to the game, or if this is just a new character. Much like my alpha clone here, Maxx Stronk, is a new character. I'm going to assume that this person is new. They don't look like they're any type of threat or anything like that. Generally, when you're mining in high sec, there's a lot of people out there that want to kill you, just for fun. There's no reward in it, really. It's an amusing game that they call ganking. So you have to always be on the lookout for other people that show up in the asteroid belt with you. Most of the time, see, there goes the rock. Now, we need to get revenge for this. EVE is kind of a stupid game, and so you should play it stupid. It makes it a little more fun. So there's a thing that you can do, which they call miner bumping, where you bump the ship of another miner and you try to bump them out of range. And by doing that, it turns off their mining lasers and they don't get any ore for it. It's just a real annoyance. It's perfectly legal in the game. There's no consequences whatsoever other than, maybe making the other person cry a little. So we're gonna smash into them. Now their ship is much bigger than my little venture here, so I can't move it really well. But you keep bumping it a few times, and if you're lucky, you'll get the lasers to shut up. Not much else you can do without getting into a little bit of trouble. So we're gonna mess around with this. But like I was saying, people try to kill you, so you always have to watch out to see who shows up in the belt with you. Mining ships are generally safe, not always. If you see somebody showing up in a catalyst, leave immediately. That's one of the biggest ganking ships out there. If anybody shows up and they're blinking red or yellow, red, definitely get out of there. Yellow, we'll show you something in a little bit later where yellow's not always bad. But it's something to watch out for. Better safe than sorry. And right now, we're really poor just doing the first couple of missions. And what I have in my cargo hold right now is probably worth half as much of all the ISK I have. So when you first start out, mining can get you some quick ISK relatively easily. It can get very boring, and it's definitely not the most productive. So I'm checking right here how far away that asteroid is from the ship, and I'm pretty close to being able to bump it off so that its lasers will turn off. Basically, it has to go through the entire cycle before the lasers turn off. And if they shut off, if they're out of range when the cycle completes, they'll shut off and they won't get any ore. And I'm pretty close here. There, it shut off. So for that entire time period, that miner did not get any ore out of that cycle. So now I'm going to check a market value of my rocks here, my ore, and we're going to take it to the market and sell it. There's, you know, you could wait, fill your whole cargo ore hold up and then sell it. Just because I have so little ISK, I'm going to try to get to market with half a load instead of risking it. Also because mining is kind of boring after a while, so I didn't really want to sit around and mine all day. So here we go to a player-owned industrial or engineering complex with a market in it. So I already checked the price. I know this is where I want to sell it. Just drag it into my item hanger, click sell item, and here we go. The green shows you how much money you're going to make, or how much ISK, and sell it. And you can see my net worth basically doubles in this little time period. And there's, you know, kind of what I have and some of the stuff. And that's the basics of mining in Eve.